Morning, everybody. My name is Vincent Meza. This is Listings to Leads. And today we're here to talk about how to get more listings with our platform. I will say this. I'm sure it's no news to you. Listings are scarce around the country, right? And the tools I'm going to show you have been working right now in this kind of hard, tight market. And as long as you're applying these tools and taking these actions, you should be capturing listing leads. So we're going to talk about that in just a second. Before we dive into that, I want to just give you an overall view of how to think about listings to leads, which is we're a full real estate advertising platform for realtors. We can help you. We have a lot of automated tools for your listings. We have really awesome social media content that can auto post to your social media accounts. We have software from Facebook and Instagram and Google to help you run ads in one click. We have 80 PDF guides. I'll show those to you in a bit. 40 for home buyers and 40 for home sellers. Lots of ways to get those out in print, blast them out on your CRM, run an ad on social media or on Google. And then landing pages, unlimited landing pages for things like FSBOs, empty nesters, what is your home worth, new construction, what is anything, right? You can create custom buyer and seller ads. All that being said, there is a lot under the hood. And the one thing that kind of, concerns agents is that they get overwhelmed, right? There's just so much going on that they just get overwhelmed. I'm going to send you a link, YouTube channel. And I'm going to send that to everybody right now. And I think you all need to look at this. Let's see, questions. You need to save this link. And let's see, did I get everything there? Yeah. And you need to get familiar with our system. Our platform works in the super busy times when homes are flying off the shelf. It works when it's very tight times. It works when interest rates are rising and when they're falling. When it doesn't work is when you don't use the tools. Then it doesn't do a whole lot. A little bit of automation goes on. And if you're like many agents who just figure out how to turn on some of the automation and that's exciting to you, that's cool. We're happy for that, right? But if you're an agent who wants your business to grow or maybe double or triple, we've had that happen with our clients, then you're going to have to invest a little time to understand what we're doing here. So this channel, I think, is probably one of the most important things going on because every class that we do, like today's class, is recorded and it's sitting right here. So getting familiar with that is really helpful. We also have a mastermind group right here. And this is a private group on Facebook. It is for our clients. And so if you have, let's see if I can get here. If you use this link, and I'm going to send it to everyone right now, this will get you right in. And this is where Scott and I talk about the new technology that's coming. And if you're new to us, you probably don't know, we're adding new technology almost every 2 weeks, if not every 30 days. And our goal is to make things easier for you and to give you more opportunities to capture buyer and seller leads. Okay. So it's always worth taking 5 minutes and a sip of coffee and just scrolling through here and seeing what we got coming down the pipe. So that's a mastermind. We'll come check this out. There's probably a few things to go there. So I want to remind everybody, because people are still logging in, that there is a handout in the GoToMeeting kind of dashboard over there on the right. Please download that and print that. And if you have that handy, feel free to write on it right now. And I'm going to go speak to it right now. It looks like this. So you can download this right now on the call, and it's top tools for more listings, right? And so I'm just going to read through this and we're going to go look inside listings to leads and talk about it. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about is leadgenwebinars.com. Now, remember, I said you got to learn how to use our system. What is Lead Gen Webinars? This is where you can sign up for our classes, like today's class and next week's class, which is Get Started, and Facebook and Google, which will be in a couple of weeks. Okay. You can get live classes there, like this one we're on right now, or you can get over to the YouTube channel, which I put right here, right? So right here, you can see, if you click on videos, this will take you to see all these videos. And I think that's going to be helpful. Right down here is a reminder, youtube.com/listings to leads. That will take you to our homepage. And let's just wait a second here. And so you'll see all of our videos. You see our reviews, you'll see some did you know stuff, and then you'll see our current webinars. And that's really what we're talking about here is our kind of our training webinar. So that's on this page right there and right there. So mail out nearby homeowner letter. And I want to point out that these are loosely ranked on the effectiveness. And what I mean is the quality of leads. Okay. So, and it's loosely, but let's just say number one thing you should be doing is getting our nearby homeowner letter out. All right. I'll show it to you in a minute, but it is a simple piece of paper. You got to mail it out. We have a partner called Express Copy who will mail it out for you. And our clients have been doing it for many years without that partner. They've been just downloading the letter, printing it, stuffing their own envelopes, even handwriting their own envelopes because that letter is so powerful. It gets the highest quality listing leads of all of our tools, right? And what I mean by high quality is, are they going to sign a listing contract with you? Are they going to sell a home with you? Because on this list here are multiple ways of capturing listing leads. And some take a year to convert. Some take a couple months to convert. And so you want all of those leads because you're going to build a database of homeowners that are thinking about selling. The highest quality is the nearby homeowner letter. Number two on that list is run ads on Facebook for pending properties sold and under contract. You can do this in 2 clicks. These leads cost anywhere from $2.50 to $7 on average. And they come with name, email, and phone number. Not quite as high quality as Facebook, but still can be really effective. Creating a property valuation page for number 3. You're going to want to do this for all of your farm markets, and we'll start over there when we get there. Run ads on Facebook and Google for home values, right? That's something that you have to do. I am going to talk about the shortcomings of Facebook. You can't target the way that you used to. And so that can be problematic, but there is a workaround. We'll talk about that. Mail a sold home report, which is the advanced options to homeowners. We'll go look at that. It's a letter similar to the nearby homeowner letter. But if you don't have any listings, you can use this report and you can get it out and you can capture listing lead. And then mailing just sold postcards to local homeowners, blasting an e-flyer for each of your listing statuses via your own CRM. And I will say this works for almost every CRM, but if you're from Keller Williams and you're using the command platform, they block any third-party stuff. So that's just an aside. And then get the seller just to share their tools. We actually create tools for the homeowner social media. And it's not your social media, it's theirs. And this is really valuable for you to capture not a lot of leads, but a few leads. And let's see here. Tony can't hear. Can you guys hear me? Can everybody hear me on this one? And so anyway, everybody can hear me. So thank you guys. Let me respond to Tony real quick. And then the last thing is it says advanced, and it's to upload a custom homeowner audience to Facebook for better targeting. And I put it as advanced because it's like not a default with our system. Like all the tools that we're creating here, we make it super easy, a couple clicks. But we don't have a custom audience for each one of your target markets, each one of your farm markets, right? So if you're going to be in the business for a while, I don't know, more than 3 years, you want to find this kind of list. And I'm going to talk about 2 ways to use it. One, with creating a Facebook audience, which means you can target a list of homeowners because you have paid a list of homeowners, right? You paid for it to get it. And the other is to use that same list and mail to those same people. And this is a smart thing to do because they're going to be receiving a physical email and they're going to be seeing your ads online. And that's just going to help you get more conversion, right? So that's the list. I hope you've all downloaded and printed this. let's go talk about how do you do it? Let's see here. Give me somebody's favorite town here in the, on the call. And by the way, I really recommend that you download the playbook here for pending and sold. And also because these are designed for sellers. So we're talking about how to get listings, and these two, playbook number 2 and playbook number 4, are going to give you multiple options to go out and get more listings. So I recommend downloading that. But if we go look at this list, I think number 3 is create a property valuation page. And I definitely want to, let's see here. I want to make sure that everybody knows that you should be doing this. So let's go to landing pages and let's talk about what we're doing. Let's see, where do I need a landing page? Where's a place here let's do Pleasanton. Pleasanton is nearby me, right? Yeah. And so all of you, I'm guessing, have various farm markets, right? You're living in a town and you've got 3 or 4 or 5 cities where you want to have more listings. The first thing you should do is come here to landing pages, click create a property valuation plus landing page. Okay. And I'm going to do one for Pleasanton, and it's near me. And all you got to do is click create landing page. And what's the question here? Buddy, be quiet. This is being recorded, Tony. It will be on our YouTube channel. So let's see here. All right. This is a generic, what is your home worth landing page. I don't recommend going out to market like this, because let's think about what we're doing here. We're going to run ads. We're going to do mailings to people who don't know who you are. And you're going to be asking them, can I have your address and can I have your contact information, right? Online. They don't know who you are, but that's what you're asking for. And so you got to think about that. Would you give that information to people online? Yeah, I'm sure you're presented that a couple times a week. And I think that the answer is really no, you're not, right? And neither is anyone else, but they do make that decision. They will give it to you if you've shown that, if you can establish some trust. And an easy way to establish trust is by saying, hey, I know your neighborhood, right? I don't have just a generic laptop and computer. I know exactly where you are. And Pleasanton is a small town. And this is the first thing that you should do is upload a photograph of a major landmark, right? In that case, there's a big old little sign hanging out over Main Street, and that's going to work. Maybe it's a big building. Maybe it's a school. Maybe it's a park. I'll tell you, then a really popular restaurant works out. Let's see. Why am I looking at that? Oh, that's why. I need more coffee on Mondays. We upload that. Give it a second. Buddy, keep it down over there. Sorry, my dog he's pretty fierce. So yeah, now we have a tool that if I see this, I know that it's Pleasant, right? So now we can do all kinds of things with it. But I want to point out on this list that we are talking about, that's number 3. We've created a property valuation page for each farm area. Okay. That's the thing that you got to do. Once you've done that, click on advanced options and you will see, you can do some cool stuff. You can have us auto post it. There's a home value header, which if you like to share articles online, you can share the article and it'll have a header of, hey, get your home value. But the one thing that I want everybody to be using is this letter. Now you can use it this way, which is a letter format, or we have a postcard format and we have a door hanger form, right? Now, the letter one is actually the best way to go. and we can download it here. I'll show you what it is. Where I clicked on download, right next to it was a pencil, and that's where you can edit it. And you do need to edit this letter before you use it. And that's because we just put some generic text there. But there's an area right here where it says, hope you're having a great week. June home sales are in. You want to just edit this and say, hey, June sales are in and 20 homes sold last makes 150 for the year and the high is here. You want this to be on one page, right? You don't want this to be a heavy read. We don't want it to be a heavy read because people don't know how to read anymore. But they'll scan very quickly. You put a couple of ideas on there, giving them some stats of what's happening. And then it says that affects your home value. Go here to get your free home value, right? And now they can go there and they can pick that up. And that's what it's designed to do, is to give them a free home, right? One thing that I recommend is that if you're creating this page, you can view this link here. And if you're really going to if you're going to do this consistently and you're really going to do this in a real farm market, I would recommend you go buy a link from like GoDaddy or whoever that says like Pleasanton home values, right? Or free instant Pleasanton home values, and point it to this wacky web address that we have here. Okay. This one is how we built it and it's our architecture. So we can't really shorten it or make it any prettier. Maybe we can. Let me go see. Sometimes we do these advanced things and I stumble upon it. QR code domain. So actually we can shorten this domain. So I'll click this and that's a shorter domain right there. It is weird looking, right? But I could copy it and I could edit it into that letter, right? The letter where I've lost already right here. So instead of this one, I could point them to that short bit.ly one, but I actually think that going and buying one, use domain forwarding, you could have your own custom domain. You probably want to do that if you've got a farm market that you definitely want to own, right? So if you do, and you're creating the landing page, you got it there. And now when you're using our letter, it's pointing them to that landing page. Okay. I want to give you an idea. I'm going to show you another letter that looks a lot like this. And these letters looks like the nearby homeowner letter. These generate not the most amount of leads, but the highest quality leads. Okay. And I'm meaning quality is they're going to convert faster. That's under advanced options under any letter that you're using. And I think I have that right around here. It's somewhere in here. And yeah, this is number 5, mail a home sold report. Okay. So let's go talk about number 1, since we're talking about mailing. And so now we can jump away from creating a landing page and we can go to listings. And this is hopping around a little bit, but we're going to look at all the major tools and we're going to talk about ads and how to get people to those. So anytime you have a listing, including if you just borrowed a listing, you could click grab listing and you can borrow a listing. You want to make sure you have you're following your local rules and you have permission. But here, when the listing hits here, we do all kinds of things, right? We create all this column in white is all the things that we're automatically doing for our clients, right? But what we're really focused on is getting listings right now. So we want to make sure that we use the nearby homeowner letter. A lot of our clients use this letter twice per listing, right? When it's just listed and when it's just sold, right? And they may even door knock it on an open house. And let's look at it and we're going to recognize it doesn't look too different from the last letter I just showed. But this one is talking about a home, not the neighborhood. And it's saying, hey, we've got a home for sale in your neighborhood, right? And go to that link and go check it out. And by the way, it's going to affect your home value. And you know what happens there, right? So this is the number 1 tool of all of our tools for capturing listing leads that turn into listing contracts. I'm going to take us over to our handy dandy mastermind group. And I'm going to show you at least one example. It's my favorite example because this guy, Chris, uses this letter. And I'm going to give you a little backstory here. So this guy, in the summer of 2020, which is the first summer of COVID, moves to Texas with his wife and kids to San Antonio, right? And he buys a home there and he wants to like build out that farm. It's a great neighborhood. So he wants to be the man there, right? He starts mailing out this letter. And what I'm telling you, he actually puts it right here in the comments. He starts mailing this letter out every 2 weeks to a list of homeowners that he bought from Remind. Remind is a data company, right? He knows who owns, and he just keeps hitting them up. He didn't obviously have his own listings because he just moved from out of state. So he was borrowing them and making sure he was borrowing them in his neighborhood. So he bought a list from Remind. It was a list of homeowners that own their homes for more than 5 years. And every 2 weeks, he would send one of these letters. And he said, once they opt in on the home valuation page, which, is a link embedded in the paper, I hit them up every week with phone calls, letters via mail, and letters left at the door. That is how he got 5 listings in 3 months. And a year later, how he becomes the number 1 listing agent in his office. And he right away starts his own office, starts his own company. And the very first thing he does is creates a video on here's how I customize listings to leads tools to get more listings. So he's using us to recruit his own agents, right? Now, Brad is here from MVP in South Florida. MVP has like their own library on YouTube of how to use listings to leads to grow their business. And they went from 3 to 1,500 agents in 6 years, something like that. They are leveraging our platform to grow, and we're happy to be part of that. But the whole point of this is this works if you use it. If you go look for Dustin Fox or you look at Alicia Pless in this group, you're going to hear this story over and over. The thing I like about Chris is he's telling you not only how he got the leads and exactly how he targeted these people, but how he even converted them, right? And if you don't want to work on conversion, there's probably not a big need for you to be generating leads. But if you want more listings, probably going to take a little bit of work. And that recipe that Chris is giving is awesome. So let's go look over here. What's this? Yeah, Brad. Yes, that's right. Yeah, Brad. There's a whole, they definitely train their agents to use our platform because it's going to help everybody make money. Nearby homeowner list. There's an e-flyer for your database, which is the electronic version of that letter. If you're an agent with hundreds or thousands of leads in your CRM, copy this up here. Great. They changed it to copy code. Awesome. And if you click on this picture here, you're going to go somewhere to become a buyer lead. And it's always going to say that affects your home value. And you know what that's about, right? Get my free home. So that's a tool that you want to, if you have a few hundred leads, you might want to do that once or twice a month. If you have a few thousand leads, you might want to do this 2 or 3 times a week on any listing, on any status, because we all like to look at things. We all like colorful things. And if you're putting something in front of them that's interesting, they're just going to click on it. And if they're clicking on one of our tools, it's going to be trying to capture contact information. So definitely don't forget that. And then the last thing I want to mention on this page, which is listing marketing, is seller social media, right? So this is emailed to you. You can actually drop in the homeowner's email address and we'll mail it to them and copy you. But it says our home is for sale. And you at your office has created this and many other tools, right? So you're not putting this on your wall. You are emailing this to your client, the homeowner, and they'll put it on their wall. They just happen to be talking about you. And if their friends or families, colleagues click on this, it's going to drive them to a page where we've got all kinds of information and We're going to show them that they are selling, and you're going to be able to capture leads. Your whole marketing plans here, which is actually our marketing system. All of your PDF guides that I don't think we've touched on are here. We're going to go talk about those in a minute. All the basic stuff, even your reviews are here, and the rest of your listings are here. This is all a single property website, and that's all connected to this. So if your client is sharing this, if their friends or family or colleagues are interested, they're going to see that, right? And they're going to see everything that you're doing and everything about you. So let's go back and let's look at listings, and let's take one of those and let's look when we have where it's sold. And actually our clients, meaning agents like you, this makes more sense when it's sold, right? When the property is sold. Let me show you why. Share on seller social media. Again, if you put in their email address, we're going to mail it to them. If you don't put in their email address, we're going to mail it to you and give you instructions on send this to your client, call them for 5 seconds and tell them to put it on their wall. Right. So if I go do that now, let's see here, we're on Facebook, and let's remember, this is not you putting anything on your business page. This is your client putting this on just their personal page. Right. And it says, we'll give it a second. It says, our home is sold and we want to recommend you at your office for doing an excellent job. So they're saying that to all their friends and family and colleagues on Facebook. And here is your phone number and email address for everybody to reach you directly. If they have, if their friends happen to click on this, we're going to drive them to the single property website of that home. And what in the world is, sorry, that's weird looking. Excuse me. I don't even know what that is. Okay. Okay. We're always testing things in this account. So I'm occasionally surprised, but it has everything that you would want. And of course, it's going to offer them a free home value. I just want to point out, you're not getting a bunch of leads, getting one lead from, you might get giving and friends and family excellent job. So this is a whole client. If you want to get established. So I'm not sure if everybody's here. Let me know in the chat panel if you are here. Looks like, yeah. Okay, good. Let's keep going. PDF guides, 40 for buyers, 40 for sellers. There are a lot of ways to market these. Okay, so these are all the ones for sellers. If you click the green button, you will see that you can do a Facebook ad. There's a short form video script. You can put them on your social media accounts. There's an e-flyer for your database, again, to blast your database so that they can download this report, print flyers, postcards. All of these things are pointing to this page. We call it a landing page. Okay. So if somebody wants to download that report, they got to give you their address, their email, and what is their time frame to sell. Okay. So you definitely want to use those. Some of those options are free. Some of them cost ad budget, but there are 40 different topics that you can use for there all down here that you can be using to get selling. Okay. So you definitely want to take advantage of these. And then if we go here to the ad section, this is probably the most powerful place where you can get all these tools. You can run sold ads on your properties. You can run ads on any of the PDF guides, and you can run ads on the landing pages. Okay. Let's go through that real quickly. And let me know, guys, does this sound okay? Can you hear me? I'm definitely getting some connection problem messages there. I'm just trucking along here. It sounds like things are working. When we get to the ads page, we can, on Facebook, We can run an ad on a just listed property, but that would get us buyer leads. If I run an ad on a sold property, that would get me seller leads. What a lot of our clients don't know is if they run ads on pending or under contract, that you're going to get seller leads, but they're going to be cheaper than the just sold leads. Both of those ads will capture seller, right? It's saying, hey, this home is going to close and it's going to affect your home value. So click here to get your free home value, right? And so Facebook sets the price per lead. We have a $50 maximum budget, 7 days. But Facebook will look at your ad and review it and say, okay, with that ad, we're going to charge them $7 a lead. If you're running an ad that's sold, on average, the price is $7. If you're running an ad on a property that is pending or under contract, we have seen those leads cost $2.40. So let's just say $2.50. That means for the same $50, you're going to get 20 leads, right? So you can get seller leads for $2.50, or you can get them for $7, depending on if you're running it under contract or sold. Now, I want to point something out. Let's talk about Granite Bay here, right? This is in Granite Bay. So it's really telling you, if you live in Granite Bay, this would be really relevant to you. And if Granite Bay was your farm market, I would tell you create a list of homeowners for Granite Bay. And then right down here where it says retarget current leads, you can target a custom audience. Now, I don't think we have any called Granite Bay, but we do have a seller audience, right? But if I had a list that said Omaha homeowners, Miami homeowners, or whatever, because I uploaded it as custom audience, I could target those people. And that's really important. Maybe not so for this, but it's important for if you're targeting on a landing page, like a Granite Bay home value page. Okay. And we'll talk about that in a little bit when we go do that. We can run listing ads. We can run PDF guide ads. Now, the PDF guides, and I mentioned there are 40 for homeowners. These are not like, they're not geographically specific. They're not talking about Granite Bay. They're just talking about the dangers of overpricing, and that is relevant for anybody anywhere. So you could say Granite Bay in 15-mile radius, it wouldn't matter. Or you could say, you don't know this area, but Sacramento is the capital of California. And you could say, I want everybody around. That's about almost 2 million people live in that 40-mile radius. Boom, you could publish that and all these people are going to see that. Now, I want to point out, remember how I said under contract listing ads, those leads cost $2.50. And if you run an ad on a home that's sold, those leads cost $7. If you run this ad, we have seen these leads cost $10 to $20 each. Okay. Facebook is charging you $10 each and you're running a $50 ad. You should only expect 5 leads. And I don't know why the price is not the same. And I think it's because the price is set by auction. Do you have a lot of competition or not? If you are running an ad like this in Manhattan, New York, you're going to probably be paying at the higher end of these. Okay. So anyway, very easy. Just click publish. You're going to get leads with name, email, and phone number from Facebook, from automatically populated by the profile. So let's go. Sorry, I got to fix my mouse. It's super sensitive and it double clicks. So we got to go back to ads and let's get there. And what we're going to do now is talk about the kind of ads that you can run for getting listings, right? From landing pages. Okay. So we talked about how to create a landing page and you watched me create a landing page for Pleasanton. Remember? So let's go run an ad. Like that's really what everybody should be doing. But I want to point out that there are risks with this. Leave it on lead ads. That means you get pre-populated name, email, and phone number from whatever you call it, their profile. And let's type in Pleasanton. And this is the biggest reason why this does not work. Okay. So we're going to learn why it doesn't work. And then I'm going to give you the workaround to make it work. So we're going to run an ad here. And you've probably seen ads like this. This is a very popular ad that agents have been running for years on Facebook. And I used to think that this stopped working because everybody was just tired of it, right? Everybody had seen this for so long. But actually, now I know that it stopped working because Facebook stopped allowing you to target. Okay. And that was the biggest problem. Now, Facebook has been sued, I'm sure, many times, but one significant time was it got sued by HUD for illegal targeting in ads. So you cannot target the way you used to 5 or 6 or 7 years ago, right? And so if I ran this ad like this, it's in Pleasanton, go Pleasanton, publish, this would most likely not work. You can test it like that, but I'm going to explain to you what's going on. So this is Google, and we were looking at the pictures of Pleasanton, but let's click here on the maps, and this will help you understand the reality versus Facebook. Okay. So that's like downtown Pleasanton right there. That's right where that picture is. And if I back out this area right here in the center, that little ring road, that's Pleasanton. Okay. And from here to here, it's only 5 miles. But you know that we just looked at it. You can't target less than 15 miles. So that means that my ad talking about Pleasanton is going to be seen all over the place. And that's what makes it not work very well, because it's targeting all these people. And if you live over here and you're like, hey, what's this? What do we care about Pleasanton? It doesn't matter. They showed it to you anyway, because that's just how Facebook works, right? So that's not really helping you get leads. And a lot of clients run this ad. First of all, they run the most generic one, and meaning they didn't customize the page at all. And it doesn't work at all. They just put their money in and it didn't go anywhere. I do not want that to happen to you. So here is the workaround. Go to ads. Let's see if I can do one click. There's a place where you can create a custom audience. And when you click that, you could create a list that says Pleasanton homeowners. And you would need to buy that from RedX or HomeSnap, or maybe your title partner will give that to you. But you want to do this if you're going to be in real estate for a while and you want to develop certain farm markets. You want to get that list and you want to put it in Excel in this format where it says use this format. You want it to look like this. You want it to be a minimum of 1,000 names. Okay. You can't put in a list of 250 or 500. Facebook they'll let you upload it, but they'll never let you target with it. It has to be like 1,000 at least. And some of our clients go to Remine and they'll buy a list of 10,000 homeowners, right? And because some of these cities are big, so they'll have 30,000 people and they're just targeting them over and over. Then you import it, and this list will be called Pleasanton homeowners, and it will live in your Facebook ad manager. Even if you quit working with us, it will be a list that you can use on Facebook ads to target those people. And obviously if you're going to try to dominate a farm market, you are trying to build your brand in that market, right? With us, you're going to capture leads, but every time you're running an ad, you're going to get impressions, you're going to get leads, and you're going to be building your brand. That's the whole point of that, right? So if I customized, let's say, if I really want to target Pleasanton and I want to run a seller guide, and I'm thinking, you know what, maybe somebody in Pleasanton is thinking of getting a divorce. I'm going to do divorce and real estate. And it doesn't matter because there's 40 different titles. You don't want to type in Pleasanton up here because you know where that's going to go all over the place. You want to click here and type in Pleasanton home, right? and then it will target the list of people that you uploaded. You definitely need to do that if you are using a Pleasanton What is your home with that. Okay. Otherwise, if you don't do that, it just may not work. And you would wonder, why isn't that working? That's the big reason why. I talked a lot about Facebook, and Facebook is awesome. There's people are looking at what my friends got engaged. I got other friends going on vacation. I can see pictures of my friends' pets, even my pet, my dog. I put my dog's picture up there all. And what's everybody doing for fun? That's what Facebook is so cool for. And you may not like Facebook, but for 70% of American adults spend 40 minutes every day going through this page. Hey, that's Florin from Remax in Tampa. This is our mastermind group, so it's surprising to see it posted there. But anyway, this is so interesting that American adults spend 40 minutes every day here. Okay? And if you throw open an app, hey, I got an open house. We just listed something, or would you like to find out your Tampa Bay home value? That could totally work because you know that people are sitting here. They're sitting here almost as long as they're sitting in front of a TV. But to run an ad here is a lot cheaper than on TV. So but people don't come here to Facebook trying to answer big questions. If they're looking for like, where's the best steak in New York? Where's the best rental cars in Miami? Or how do I sell my home? The number one website in the United States and in the world is this site called Google. And people put their questions in here. 86% of all searches on the internet start right here. How do I sell my home? Or some version of this. And you can see right here, here's a sponsored ad. Here's a sponsored ad. And then there's realtor.com and stuff. And there's going to be some more sponsored ads someday. Right. So how do you, a realtor, one of maybe 30,000 in your county, get on page one of Google, running an ad on Google? And if you said, hey, I want to run an ad on Pleasanton home values, I can just click create an ad and I can target people who live in Pleasanton, right? Type in the name of the town and let's see here. And that would work. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever run ads on Facebook or Google. If you do it inside of their platforms, it's nowhere near as easy as this. There's nowhere near. Google, we're about to run a Google ad. And the only thing I had to do was choose the tool that I want to market and type in the name of the city and click publish. That's it. If you want, you click on view link right now and see where are we driving these people to. And you know that we created this landing page and that's where we're driving it, right? You don't need to do that. You could, but you do need to click publish. And this is a different budget. It's $50 per day. Okay. And it's a week-long budget. So your maximum spend is $350. Now I know that's kind of a lot of money, but depending on where you are in the business, that might be a reasonable amount of money, especially for listing leads that are high quality. And so the reason we set that daily budget at $50 is that we know just from talking to our clients that seller leads, which is what we'd be getting here on Google, cost $30 in Dallas right now. Okay. And we have clients all over the country. And let's see, I got a question here. So it's not the same price. Again, if we lived in New York, you could be paying more for this same exact kind of ad and lead. Okay. So if you live in Nevada, 500 people in Nevada, It's out in the middle of this high desert. You're not going to have a lot of competition. So you're probably going to have less of a cost per lead. It's like an auction based pricing, right? But Dallas, there's a bunch of agents over there and there's a lot of expensive property. And so $30 a lead. So you can change that daily budget, but you got to know what the cost of your leads are on Google, right? And if you know this from experience, then you know, and you can change it. But Google's charging $20 per lead. You're not going to get any leads because you're not meeting that minimum bid, right? Okay. So Greg's got a question. Can you run your Google ad and send them to another link such as homes for sale in your town? Yes, you can. And let's go back. But I will tell you this, Greg, if you click on Google and you click on create an IDX ad, we got this weird way of doing this. If you're focused on Oshkosh, Wisconsin, we really need to fix this. We did this. This is something that's not, you would basically want to type in the name of the town, right? So if we were targeting, and that's all by using the property, it gets you this place where you type in the name of the town. And then you put in a custom link. So maybe that is to your IDX. And you could, and I would only recommend this if your website will convert traffic. And what that means is if I look at 3 or 5 or 10 properties, your website's going to say, hey, you got to register, right? If your website does that, then I would send traffic there. But here's the thing. There is a cost per lead. Okay. And that cost, now one, you want to know if 100 people land on your site, how many register, right? And if you don't know that, spending good money to get people to your website might be a waste of money. I'll also tell you this, if you're looking for buyer leads, which is what you're describing by doing that kind of search, the cheapest buyer leads are achieved by running ads on Facebook on properties that are sold. Those buyer leads on average cost $3 per lead with name, email, and phone number. So if Google is charging you $20 to get somebody to click and land on your website and you're not getting many leads, you may not want to do that, right? But this is how you would do it. But if your goal is to get buyer leads, I would tell everybody, and I tell them this pretty much every day, that I talk to a realtor, is run an ad on Facebook on a listing and you're going to get $3 buyer leads with name, email, phone number. So that's the short story there. So that's Google, right? And you can run PDF guide ads, you can run landing page ads, and you should. If you want listings, you should be doing that consistently. Okay. Now, I forgot to mention something on the listing side, and it was the number one tool that we were talking about, which was the nearby homeowner letter. Remember that piece of paper? And I told you that Chris Winstead bought a list of homeowners and he was mailing that list every 2 weeks with one version of a borrowed listing or another. Now, Chris took a class just like this class right here, and he learned what I'm telling you, and he applied it, and he did it in the smartest way. But our clients have been doing that same exact thing for at least 8 years. And because we've had this tool forever and we always talk about it and it always works. And got Alicia Pless is in there every month saying, oh, I got more listings. Every time I mail this out, I get a new listing, right? So our clients are picking that information up. Some are not. Some don't want to go through the hassle. But all these people, including Chris Winstead, were doing it all by hand. And Scott and I wanted to make this easier for our clients. So we got a partnership with Express Copy. And this partnership does not mean we're making money from them. We're not making a cent from this integration. What we're doing is we're making it easier for you to say, I want to circle prospect these people for 2 miles or 1 mile, right? And I want them to have at least 6 years equity. So that list that Chris was getting from Remind and paying for, this one right here, you don't have to do anything. You just got to pay $1.80 a letter, right? Boom, submit order. And that will hit up all these homeowners. 100 or 200, you can go as high as you want, but obviously you're paying for that. So it makes our most valuable tool for getting listing leads so much easier to use. So guys, that's my story. I want to remind you, go to the handout section and go to meeting panel and download this and leave it on your desk. And you should be doing a handful of these things every month. Okay. You should probably be running a Facebook ad every week on something that's sold or under contract. You should be mailing out a letter, like I just mentioned, once or twice a month. And you should be running Google ads probably every week. That's the easiest way to think of this, right? If you got a big CRM, blast them every week. If you want to do postcards, make sure you're using our postcards because we have URLs and call to actions in there. And if you're going to be in this for the long haul, get your custom audience, do your mailings to that custom audience and your physical letters, and get a custom audience on Facebook and run ads at the same time. Okay. Are there any questions about what I've been yammering on here about, or any questions on any topic? It all starts with home valuation pages, and you create those on the landing page section. You'll have print tools. We can auto post those things to your social media accounts. You can share them to your social media accounts. You can print out postcards, letters, all kinds of ways to get people to that. I'm pretty sure you're aware that listings are hard to get these days. I think if you follow these steps of what we talked about today, you're going to find that these tools will actually get you more listings. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you can apply this. I want to remind you, we have an awesome support team. If you get stuck on any of these things, they are all here to listen and help you. And they are very fast and very helpful. Thanks for joining me today, guys. Sorry about the technical problems with my internet, but we have some crazy heat wave here. And let me make sure. I think I see a question here. Can you run it? Yeah. I think we got all the questions. So thanks, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the summer. Talk to you soon.